Welcome to this channel. My name is Teacher Emmanuel, and today we are going to talk about the soil constituents and soil properties. But before we have a look at this, we have to first know the meaning of soil. Soil is a thin layer of the earth crust composed of naturally weathered rocks, water, air, organic matter, and living organisms capable of supporting plant life. Soil is most especially used for planting of crops, and as well we use it for other activities. Next on the list, we are going to talk about soil constituents or soil composition. Soil composed of tiny mineral particles or mineral nutrients. These are derived from weathering of parent rocks and decay of humus, and they include phosphorus, magnesium, potassium, calcium, sulfur, iron, copper, and zinc. They are so important for plant growth, for example, nitrogen for leguminous crops. Next, we have humus. This is a black substance on the upper layers of the soil. Humus is derived from decaying organic matter. Organic matter is broken down by soil microorganisms such as earthworms, termites, and bacteria such as rhizobium or nitrogen-fixing bacteria. These decompose organic matter physically and chemically to form humus that is necessary for plant growth. Another component is soil air. Air, for example, oxygen and nitrogen, support living organisms in the soil. The amount of air in the soil depends on drainage. Well-drained soil has more air compared to poorly drained soil and waterlogged soil. Next is water. Water in the soil is mainly derived from rainfall and varies from dry in desert to waterlogged in equatorial regions. Water moves downward in the soil by infiltration and to the sublayer by percolation, while it moves upward to the surface by capillarity. Water is important in the soil because it dissolves minerals in the soil, which is later taken up by plant through the roots. Water is also important because it facilitates chemical weathering processes that takes place within the soil, such as oxidation. And lastly, we have soil living organisms such as earthworms, which play a crucial role in breaking down organic matter. The broken organic matter forms humus, which is necessary for plant growth. Bacteria such as nitrogen-fixing bacteria fix atmospheric nitrogen in the soil and turns it into usable form for plants. Living organisms also create tunnels through which air and water passes into the soil to support their survival. The next thing we are going to talk about is soil properties. Soil property are simply the characteristics of soil, which is majorly divided into physical and chemical properties. The physical properties include soil permeability. This is the ability of soil to allow water or air to pass through it. This is largely influenced by the soil structure. Soil with a granular structure are more permeable than soils with a cramp, blocky, and cylindrical structure. The structure of soil affects penetration of roots into the soil and how water and minerals are absorbed by plants. Another property is soil texture. This is the proportion of sand, silt, and clay in the soils. It affects the infiltration and soil aeration. Soils with more clay particles have poor aeration and low water infiltration, hence tends to be waterlogged. Soils with more particles of sand have good aeration and high water infiltration, hence drain fast. Next is soil color. This is the appearance of soil in terms of their color. It can indicate other soil properties like organic matter content, iron oxide content, among others. Soil with a dark color contain large quantity of humus, while soils with a reddish brown color is said to contain large quantity of iron oxide. Next is soil structure. Soil structure refers to arrangement of soils, which ranges from tiny fine particles called granules to large particles called clods. It affects water infiltration, aeration, and root penetration into the soil. The last physical property is soil porosity. Soil porosity is the amount of pore spaces in a given quantity of soil. Soil porosity is determined by drainage of the soil. Poorly drained soils have less pores, while well-drained soils have more pore spaces. The chemical properties of soils include soil pH. This is the soil potential for hydrogen. It can be defined as the acidity or alkalinity of soil. Soil pH affects plant growth and availability of nutrients in the soil. Another chemical property of soil is nutrient content. This is the quantity of soil nutrients in the soils, such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and many others. Next is soil salinity, which refers to the proportion of salt nutrient in the soil. Saline soils tend to be acidic for plants, hence not suitable for crop farming. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more. Like the video and share to your friends and learners.